Okay, so x directly proportional to y means x over y is always the same. When I say it's always the same, I mean it always has the same value. There's an equivalent way. I'm going to say it this way, y equals kx Okay. Y equals kx is a valid equation for all values of x and y, where k is some constant, i.e. unchanging. Constant number is an unchanging number. Okay? So I'm going to solve this problem two ways. Now, I don't remember if I was even able to find it. And I reviewed your work, but mostly I focused when I reviewed it on things that you didn't get. Okay? I don't remember seeing the y equals kx formulation. Was that in there? Okay? Kind of should have been. You want to use it. But we'll solve it this way first, and then we'll solve it this way to show that it works. Okay? This is actually the book probably wants to call this variation instead of proportionality. Okay? I kind of think of variation as if you've got like a power of x or something like that. But okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, this. Okay, the problem I stated for my numbers would be if y equals 4 when x equals 6, what's the value of y when x equals 5? Now immediately you say, well, if you've got a proportionality here, if x is a little bit less, because say 5 is a little bit less than 6, then y is going to be a little bit less, right? It might even make intuitive sense to say, well, y is going to be about 5/6 of 4. Okay, you think in terms of fractions. Maybe you don't think that way. So we have this formal thing that we can do. Okay, x over y is always the same. Well, x over y, for the numbers we're given, is 6 over 4, right? And that has to equal I should have done y over it. That's okay. That should be equal to 5 over y, shouldn't it? If y is the number you're looking for, then this is an x over y, right? Because there's an x, there's a y. This is an x over y. This is when x equals 5. So how do we solve this? Well, I would multiply both sides by 4y. You would probably cross multiply. Cross multiply correctly, that's great. Don't do it incorrectly. Okay. So you get 6y equals 20, right? So 20 over 6, 10/3. If you want to compare that with 4, to see if, since x is a little bit less, y is going to be a little bit less, you write that as 3 1/3, right? So it makes, at least intuitive sense, that 6/5 and 4, 6 is to 5 as 4 is to 3 1/3. A little bit less in both cases. Okay, well, that's how you do it. People did pretty well in that part of the assignment, so I think it's just a pretty good review of what you pretty much know. Fair enough? Okay, good.